Hello, you awesome people. This is Vishal from Ticket to Canada. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'll be evaluating an essay of one of my subscriber. And if you want your essay to be evaluated, please feel free to drop your writing in the comment box, and I'll surely be getting back to you. Before starting the evaluation, I'll just request you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So, without any further ado, let's jump to the essay. The question prompt is: many people believe that the high level of violence in films today are causing serious social problems. What are these problems and how could they be reduced? So, as far as the grammatical part is concerned, I've already made the corrections. The errors are in the red, and right next to it, I've made the correction in green. But still, I like to point out one important thing in the grammar, like here, if you read this line, the violence that is depicted in the films also normalize the nature of these acts. But actually, it should be normalizes. This is called subject verb agreement. It plays a very important and crucial role in IELTS writing. As far as the grammatical range and accuracy is concerned, it can give you an edge if you are through with your subject verb agreement. But let's start with the first introduction. A lot of people are concerned that the immense portrayal of violence in movies is resulting in severe social concern, such as a rise in attack incident and the rising legitimacy of these acts as they are being normalized by the media. Now here this is, I find it as incorrect, because see, here we have pointed a right topic like social concerns such as rise in attack incidents. Okay, it's completely fine, this is completely cool. But if you move on to the rising legitimacy of these acts as they are being normalized by the media, this is something which happens because of attack incident, means it's not a social concern. Okay, so this is kind of incorrect, because and I see that you have your whole essay is based on this second line, because this third paragraph is all about this thing. So it's kind of incorrect. I'll just explain it what should be done here over here. Moreover, this behavior is being regarded as heroic, which influence negatively on citizens from all age group. Kind of correct. I'll give you the exact what you're supposed to write over here. Okay, so let's jump on to the main body paragraph 1. It is noticeable that in recent years there has been a growth in the number of school shootings and brutal acts in general. It can be said that one of the primary causes of it is the fact that in mass media, especially in cinema, the protagonists use violence in order to promote an agenda. While in the movie, this agenda might be acceptable, other group with bad intention, for example, racist gang, use this as an inspiration to harm minorities and people based on race, religion, and so on. Now see, over here means overall your essay is perfectly fine, but the problem over here is the structure. Now this can't be a topic sentence here. Means it is noticeable that in recent year there has been a growth in the number of school shooting and brutal. Means school shooting is only one aspect, not the whole idea in general. And in IELTS main body paragraph 1, what you're supposed to do is you have to start from a general statement, means a broad statement, and then you need to narrow it down. This is what an IELTS examiner is looking for. So if we'll just restructure this main body paragraph 1, only you need to restructure it like this line: inspiration to harm minorities and people based on race and religion. So what you can say is that you're supposed to say that people get inspired from movies to harm the minorities, to propagate an agenda, or put their thoughts in front, or put their goals in front, whatever the thing you can say these type of topic sentence. It will be general, that people get inspired. Now what you're supposed to do say is that how they get inspired. Then you'll come up with this line that where it is, yeah, in cinemas the protagonist uses violence in order to promote an agenda. Now what you did, you slightly narrowed it down. Now comes the third line, that for example there has been growth in the number of school shooting and brutal act. Now This is what an IELTS examiner is looking for. What you did is you took a general statement or a broad topic inspired from for this harm minorities or people. Then what you did, you narrowed it down to how they do get inspired by seeing violence in cinemas. Now what you did, you took an example. There's an increase in the school shooting or a brutal act. Now, this is what an IELTS examiner is looking for. Now, I'm sorry, forgot to tell you earlier that another grammatical error what you did here is that what you did, you said, for example, and just write racist gang. Always remember, whenever saying for example, to illustrate, to exemplify, it should be supported by a comma. This small comma play a very important role. Okay? You can't lose a band because of this. Now, jumping on to the main body paragraph 2. The violence that is depicted in films also normalize the nature of these acts with representation of violent heroic violent heroic deeds in movies like Avenger, who cause mass destruction and casualties in property and human life in order to settle the conflict. A young child who watched these movies might ask himself, if superhero can do it, why can't I? Now, this is a complete irrelevant sentence. It's completely irrelevant because it's not depicting any social issues or any, you can say, social problem kind of which are being arise because of the violence. So here what you're supposed to do is just you have to come up with another social issues. Like one you took is that people get inspired, yeah, certainly, to harm minorities. The other thing can be other social problem will be that kids get aggressive, which will be because of which they kind of face lots of problem when they grow adult. You can elaborate in the similar lines. This is not a social problem. So this is a completely irrelevant paragraph, and you will certainly lose marks for this. Now jumping on to the solutions. In order to resolve issues of this kind, it is important to set an appropriate age limit. Reduce unnecessary graphic scenes and artillery usage. Another solution is having an exclamation at the beginning of the movie that explicitly says that this behavior is only for cinematic purpose and is not setting any type of example. Of course, you can write this conclusion, but it means this solution, but it's very general. What an IELTS examiner is looking for is that the problem which you have pointed out, you must give a solution for that specific problem. So you must come up with similar kind of solutions. Okay, this is a very general solution, I must say. So what you did over here is that you kind of pointed out the solutions, but that's not up to the mark. However, I must say that there is a good usage of vocabulary. There are certain vocabulary which you have used very beautifully, but you can be more advanced in certain vocabulary. Okay, and the worst part of this essay, I'm sorry to say this, but there is no conclusion there. You are supposed to give a conclusion, and there is no conclusion as such. Without a conclusion, you're losing a band. Make sure to give a conclusion. Okay, and if you have any queries regarding this evaluation, you feel free to post in the comment box, and I'll be glad to rectify the same. Okay, I'll be glad to answer the same. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like this video, and take care. Bye bye. All the best.